Another round. क्या हुआ? Another round, Nikita. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Another round. Another round.
It has been 3 days since the deadly Vadodara accident. Yet, the biggest mystery remains. What was the state of mind of Rakshit Chaurasia and his friend Pranshu Chauhan at the moment of the crash? The 23-year-old law student Rakshit exhibited a bizarre behavior right after the accident, raising suspicions. Was he intoxicated, under the influence of drugs, or was there something else at play?
Another round! Another round! Another round! क्या हुआ? Another round, Nikita! Om Namah Shivaya! Om Namah Shivaya! Om Namah Shivaya!
Can anyone in a right state of mind display such remorseless, almost psychotic behavior?
तीन जन मर गए तेरी वजह से। पकड़ी रखो।
नहीं, कुछ नहीं पिया था मैंने।
गांजा कहाँ लिया था?
सर मैंने कहीं कुछ नहीं किया था।
ओम नमः शिवाय! ओम नमः शिवाय!
Rakshit claims he was sober, but his body language told an entirely different story.
अंदर करो सर, मेरा कुछ नहीं है, वो चला रहा है।
Another round! Another round!
And now, there's a new set of CCTV visuals that have surfaced, adding more layers to the mystery. Little more than an hour before the accident, the duo was seen at a different location, accompanied by a third person. The date was March 13. Notice the time. It is 10:33 p.m. This CCTV visual shows Rakshit Chaurasia riding a scooty arrives at Suresh's house. Suresh Bharwad, also a law student, lives in a rented apartment in Paras Society, which is 7 kilometers from the accident site. Suresh opens the gate. Rakshit rides into the garage, parks the scooty, and then Rakshit steps out holding a bottle. He appears from one of the pillars of the garage. What was inside that bottle? Water, cold drink, or something else? While the white label is visible, but the content remains a mystery. Follow carefully. Rakshit and Suresh then climb the stairs, presumably heading to Suresh's room. Almost 12 minutes later, Pranshu Chauhan arrives, driving the very car that could soon become the weapon of destruction. Pranshu takes a U-turn, slowly moves to the left and parks outside the building. The time is 10:47 p.m. the same date, March the 13th. Pranshu slowly opens the gate, walks in and attempts to shut it, but struggles. For 5 seconds, he wrestles with the gate using just one arm before giving up and walking away. But watch closely. As he steps onto the staircase, he bends to the right and suddenly trips. He catches his balance almost immediately and climbs up. Question is, why did he trip? Does Pranshu know the truth? Compare these two frames. When Suresh had shut the gate, it closed smoothly. But when Pranshu tried, he struggled. Why? Lack of strength or something else? Pranshu has been questioned by police, but despite being a co-passenger at the time of the crash, he was never detained. The time is 11:25 p.m. Barely 35 minutes later, Rakshit and Pranshu descend down the stairs. But notice something odd. This time, Pranshu opens a smaller gate and walks out effortlessly. The same Pranshu who struggled to shut the larger gate just 35 minutes earlier. Did he suddenly remember the easier way out? Did he suddenly remember the gate for a walk-in? Or was his earlier struggle due to something else? Suresh is no longer seen. Initially, Pranshu was in the driver's seat, but Rakshit, seemingly charged up, rushes towards the car, insisting on driving. After a 55-second negotiation, Pranshu relents and moves to the passenger seat. He did not come out of the car, rather conveniently slid onto the passenger seat by crossing over the gearbox. The car then speeds off at 11:26 p.m.
आप देख सकते हो मेरे पीछे ये पारस सोसाइटी के यहाँ पे एक 4 रास्ता है। ये जो घर है ये सुरेश का घर है। करीब 11:30 के बजे के आसपास आप देखोगे यहाँ से रक्षित और प्रांशु यहाँ से निकल जाते हैं। पता है, सोर्सेज से बताया ये जा रहा है कि यही जो घर है यहाँ पे उन्होंने उस रात जो है पार्टी की थी। फास्ट ट्रैक रिपोर्ट में सामने आया है कि रक्षित ने जो है वो ड्रग कंज्यूम किया था सोर्सेज के हिसाब से। तो इस घर के अंदर क्या हुआ था और इस लोकेशन से जो हादसा हुआ वो करीबन 6 से 7 किलोमीटर दूर है और हादसा जो हुआ है वो 12:30 के करीब हुआ है। तो और ये लोग जो है वो घर से निकले हैं यहाँ से 11:30 बजे। तो वो जो 1 घंटे का जो समय था उस 1 घंटे में रक्षित और प्रांशु कहाँ पे थे? आप जानते हैं कि रक्षित एक्सीडेंट के बाद निकिता का नाम पुकार रहा था। तो क्या वो निकिता को मिलने के लिए गए थे? निकिता कहाँ पे रहती है? निकिता कौन है?
इम्प्रेशन था कि वो किसी भी इंटॉक्सिकेंट का इन्फ्लुएंस में है, उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए उनका मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन, ब्लड सैंपल्स कलेक्शन का एक्सरसाइज किया गया है। ये फोरेंसिक एग्जामिनेशन के लिए डायरेक्टरेट ऑफ फोरेंसिक साइंस लेबोरेटरी गांधीनगर भेजा जाएगा। इसमें जो पॉजिटिव इनपुट मिलता है उसके आधार पे अप्रोप्रिएट लीगल सेक्शंस इन्वोक करके इन्वेस्टिगेशन और प्रोसिक्यूशन आगे चलाया जाएगा।
Let's go back to the accident footage. Between the two, Pranshu appeared more composed. He tried to absolve himself, repeatedly saying, "I did not do anything."
ये पागल है। अंदर करो सर, मेरा कुछ नहीं है, वो चला रहा है।
Sources say both Pranshu and Suresh have recorded their statements before a magistrate and could become crucial witnesses in this case. But if Rakshit was intoxicated and Pranshu knew that, then that makes him equally responsible. He agreed to swap seats, knowing the risks, knowing it was reckless, knowing it could lead to disaster. Students at MSU, where Rakshit studies law, have staged protest accusing him of substance abuse.
जब वो लॉ की पढ़ाई कर रहा था उसको कायदा की पूरी जानकारी थी और फिर भी नशा करके रोड पे ये हिसाब से गाड़ी चलाना और लोगों के बीच में ले जाके इस हिसाब से एक्सीडेंट करना और जान जाना सबकी, ये काफ़ी गलत है। आज रोज NSUI उसकी सस्पेंस रस्टिकेट के लिए आज हेड ऑफिस आया और NSUI की मांग है कि जो रक्षित चौरसिया विद्यार्थी था, पूरे देश में जो एक्सीडेंट की बातें हो रही है कहीं ना कहीं इसके साथ MS यूनिवर्सिटी का नाम भी कहीं ना कहीं बिगड़ रहा है। NSUI की मांग है कि ये जो भी विद्यार्थी है उसको MS यूनिवर्सिटी से दूर करा जाए।
कह रहे थे कि नशा एडिक्टेड था, तो क्या स्टूडेंट्स में ये चीज़, स्टूडेंट्स में किसी को पता है कि वो एडिक्टेड था, कौन सा नशा करता था, कुछ चीज़ें पता थे?
सबसे पहले मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि गुजरात एक ड्राई स्टेट है, यहाँ अल्कोहल तो दूर दूर तक नहीं होना चाहिए, फिर भी यहाँ आप गली मोहल्ले में कहीं भी जाके देखोगे तो खुलेआम दारू की बिक्री हो रही है।
दारू की बिक्री होती
है, ड्रग्स है, दूसरे नशीले पदार्थ है, वो खुलेआम बिक रहे हैं। तो इधर की गुजरात सरकार क्या कर रही है?
रक्षित चौरसिया जो मेन अक्यूज्ड है, क्या वो नशा करता था, क्या वो ड्रग्स एडिक्टेड था?
उसके जो क्लासमेट थे उनके द्वारा भी हमें जानकारी मिली थी कि लॉ का विद्यार्थी था, और 2 दिन पहले भी फतेहगंज विस्तार में यही व्यक्ति ने, यही छात्रा ने मारपीट की थी और इसका झगड़ा हुआ था, और नशे की हालत में जब भी पाया।
As Rakshit was produced before the court on Monday, the scene looked quite different. Unlike last time, when he was allowed to speak to media, something that was widely criticized as a PR exercise, allegedly allowed or endorsed by police to peddle a fake narrative. But on Monday, Rakshit was taken inside the courtroom, well guarded from all sides. He stayed quietly was taken inside the courtroom for a hearing that did not even last for more than 5 minutes. The judge asked Rakshit if he has something to say, and he nodded in negative, said a no. Police did not seek for his further custody, and Rakshit has now been sent to judicial custody for the next 14 days. In the meantime, the medical report, the most crucial evidence in this case, is pending and probably be out in the next 7 days. Question is, in the next 7 days, will India move on, forget what happened on March 13 in Vadodara? Will the family of the victim and those who are now battling for their lives in a hospital will ever be able to forget as what happened on that fateful night? Will ever be able to forgive? Rakshit Chaurasia.
Another round! Another round! Another round!
Was this just an accident or an accident waiting to happen, courtesy drunk driving or worse? Was this merely reckless driving or something more sinister? Gujarat is a dry state. The alleged availability of alcohol raises questions, but the real issue is the silence of the government, silence from the media. The truth lies in the blood samples of Rakshit, Pranshu and Suresh. But were they collected in time? And most importantly, will they be tested truthfully for the sake of truth? With Bureau Imports, along with Ankit, Salvi in Vadodara, this is Tamal Saha for News the Truth, NTT.